The new normal in business competition is one-to-one. Okay? Think of it this way. There are two things that you have to do to be able to compete as a business. You have to be able to satisfy some need, and you have to have a customer who wants to have that need satisfied. But if I put those two things on a two-dimensional chart with customer needs satisfied up the vertical and customers reached across horizontal, traditional marketing has always been in the horizontal direction. I have a particular product that meets a need. I want to find as many customers as I can who want to have that need met. And the width of that bar, that's my market share. But because of technology, because of interactive technology, because of computer databases, because of mass customization technologies, we can now focus on one customer at a time and try to satisfy as many of that customer's needs as possible. And this is one-to-one marketing. One-to-one marketing. I think it's important to say that if you're a traditional marketer, your job, and 95, 99% probably of companies today think of their businesses in terms of maximizing every product's profitability. But I think if you're a one-to-one marketer, your job is to maximize each customer's profitability. And when you go back to your companies, ask yourself the question, for all the products and services that my company sells, I bet I can name the person who's in charge of that product or service, getting it out to the market, making sure it's profitable, making sure the margins are right, and so forth, and whose job depends on the profitability of that product. But now ask yourself the question, if I pick a customer at random, is there some person or department at my company whose job depends on that particular customer's profitability to the business? Because that's the dream of one-to-one. It's an organizational dilemma that a lot of companies face today. But sometimes observation isn't enough. Sometimes some kind of interaction is required. And the right kinds of interactions are what I call golden questions. A golden question is a question you can ask of a customer that reveals a great deal about that customer and their preferences and needs without subjecting the customer to a 100-page questionnaire. Sometimes the person even finds it fun to answer the question. Okay? One example given to me recently was, how does Lowe's assess the value of a customer in terms of yard? Okay? How much they're going to spend on their yard? They simply ask a question. What brand of lawn edger did you buy last? Okay? And the type of lawn edger they bought reveals a great deal about this customer. Or one car company put a loyalty program together and said, join our loyalty program, we'll give you a choice of gift for joining our program. Each gift was worth about $10, but your choice is this way. We'll give you a pair of racing gloves with our logo on them, or we'll give you a package of 3 children's videos, or we'll give you a collapsible umbrella and road atlas. And the gift that you choose tells us how to communicate with you and deal with you in the future, doesn't it? And my favorite question of all time was the question that Pets.com, during the heyday of the dot-com buzz, they used to ask their visitors to their website, and it reliably identified the most valuable pet owners. It was a fact-based yes or no question, and it was not, do you love your dog? Or how much does your dog weigh? The question was, last year, did you give your pet a Christmas present? Yes or no? Context allows everyone to read lengthy strings of scrambled words perfectly well. It's context that allows that to happen. And context is how we interpret our interactions with others. Context gives strength to relationships. What creates relationship strength is the context of the relationship. So we can use personalization to add context to our relationship with individual customers, one customer at a time. The more you personalize for a customer, the greater the context of your relationship is with that customer. Think about context this way. A husband and wife having a conversation over breakfast. And the conversation goes like this. Honey, where'd you hide it? Hide what, dear? You know what I'm talking about. Dear, it is in the same place. Just look again. Okay. What were they talking about? Nobody knows. They know what they were talking about because all the information in that interaction is in the context of all the previous interactions, maybe dozens, maybe hundreds, that they've had about whatever it is. Okay? When I order a book from Amazon and it comes to my house with one click because they already have my credit card number and my address, all the information in that interaction is in the context of my relationship with Amazon. You see what I'm saying? So personalization develops that context.